Hey, welcome everybody to this AMA. And you just saw a quick preview of a new project coming up called WARFI. And it's a play to earn, super exciting project, tons of potential. And for those of you who are new to, Trust Launch, you know what we do is we like to find great projects with a lot of potential that have trustworthy dev teams, and we like to bring them in front of serious investors. So if you're here today, whether you're watching on Twitter or YouTube or possibly in the Telegram group, hey, welcome. Make sure you head on over to the Trust Launch Telegram group, though. That's where a lot of the discussion happens. And we're going to bring in the lead dev for WARFI. This is a really cool project, as you just saw with the video there. So let me bring him in, Jason. Hey, Jason, welcome to Trust Launch. Of course, you're no stranger here.
Yeah, no, I'm sure a couple of guys will remember me, but yeah, thanks for having me as always. Love to obviously, keep chatting to you and make sure we get keep building in this bear market.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to walk through this project because there's a lot to grasp. But once you grasp it, you realize how cool the concept is. And of course, Jason, you're no stranger to crypto projects. You have been part of the Spring Game team, which we've had Spring Game here a couple of times, and definitely some parallels here. But let's just zoom back out, 30,000 foot view. What is WARFI?
So first of all, WARFI's got two sides to it, right? There's obviously the protocol side where we're doing the NFTs, but then there's the actual game which we're focusing on, the play to earn, and it's a literal play to earn. It's not one of these projects that click 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 and then you think you're earning passive income. This is actually a play to earn game that's already been developed. So we launching in about a week from now, week and a half, and the game's already been developed without using the investors' money. Every single project out there, is one of those ones that they say, hey, invest in us, we're going to create this cool game. The game's already been developed with our own money. So we're obviously bringing something to light, and we're going to just market the hell out of it and taking over the play to earn space in DeFi, because I really believe, play to earn is the next, wave of bringing in the rest of the world into crypto. And that's basically what we're doing with this first person shooter game.
I like the fact that, like you said, you guys have already built the game. It's not like you're trying to raise capital so that you can build the game. We're not investing in some vision or some idea, but people are actually investing in this is ready to go and ready to play. So because there's some people who this whole concept of play to earn is new. Like they don't even know what play to earn is. They think about crypto and they think about investing in Bitcoin or Ethereum. And so explain to us about play to earn.
All right. So play to earn. I mean, we a lot of gamers out there, and we look back at that clip that you showed in the beginning of the soldier running. It's a first person shooter game. So think about it this way. You play $1 to play in a round. We all play those arcade games where you pay $1 to obviously play, but now instead you're actually getting something in return. So you pay your $1 to play that round, but now for every kill in the game, you're earning 50 cents. So at the end of that round, if you've killed 5 people, well, there you go. You've got $2.50 back, and that's play to earn essentially.
Yeah, and I agree with what you said earlier about how play to earn is going to be so huge. We're already seeing that. We're seeing how gaming is coming into crypto, and it's going to be a massive thing. I wanted to walk through, though, a little bit about how WARFI is set up, and maybe the best thing to do that, since you guys have not yet publicly released your website, is to walk through part of your white paper here, because this helps explain it. So how about we start here?
Yeah. So, well, basically, that's what I was explaining a little bit about just now. The problem in this space is, most protocols, need new investors to keep constantly buying in. It's, to obviously sustain what they're trying to build, which is essentially a Ponzi scheme. And we've got to be transparent, and we've got to bring, like you said, good projects with good teams, into the space and all band together and, really, really create a better DeFi. And the solution that we've obviously had is, firstly, we obviously designing a project on the Binance Smart Chain, but we will become eventually multi-chain. And there's two ways, obviously, about our project. Firstly, we've already built, obviously, the game that we're playing. We're not going to rely on investors. So it's not a Ponzi scheme at all. people are going to be able to play the game with two different tokens. So the one is obviously our kill token, which is a native token, for our protocol, which we also use a liquidity manager, a price management system, a PMS system, if you will, that keeps the price stable at $1. The range is between $1 and $1.10, but we want to keep it on that same algorithmic stable coin, So as the protocol launches further, the range will get less and less and less until we keep it to $1, depending on the volume. But you can also use BUSD as obviously a stable coin to be playing this actual game. And that way, we're generating external revenue from day one when the project launches. So money coming in is always more than money going out, stopping that Ponzi-nomics that everybody uses to try and just bring in new investors to try and create something. It's already been created. So now it's just about marketing it and getting it out there. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the first.
Well, let's talk through the different, because you've got the two ways that people can, earn money in this. One is to actually hold the token, which is going to pay rewards, and the other one is to play the game itself. So let's walk through the first one. I remember when you guys were first talking about Spring Game, and it took me a little while to get my mind around it. Once I did, I'm like, okay, it's super clear. But I remember the first time, it took a little bit to really grasp it. But you've laid it out clear. Let's walk through this.
Okay, so very simple. This play to earn is essentially a means to generate passive income for ourselves. Now, a lot of people are not gamers, so we've designed obviously a system using NFTs to generate passive income for yourself. So the first thing you would need to do is, obviously if you get in at pre-sale, which is on the 29th, you would use BUSD. But after launch, you go to PancakeSwap, you buy your kill tokens, and essentially you're going to be buying a tent. Now, there's 4 different tiers of soldiers that can spawn from this tent, being, infantry, your rocketeers, your gunners, your heavy gunners, and your sniper. Now, obviously, each tier has a different cost, and there's also a rarity as well. So the drop rates, as you can see there, are 70% for a normal standard NFT. There's 15% for a captain, which is the silver, commander, which is gold, and general, which is ruby. And that you can see on the left there with the sniper, he's got a ruby gun, which obviously generates higher rewards. So as you can see just above the sniper, just above him, you can see the classification of the tier. The sniper can generate you between 1.6 and 2.2% a day. So this is passive income at its bright, and it's getting paid out in this kill token, that you can obviously trade back on, obviously, a PancakeSwap. And every now and then you'll have to buy ammo for your soldier so that he can keep fighting and keep getting those kills. Pun intended with the kill token. That's obviously the one way, which is obviously closer to obviously a passive income generated by an NFT. But you could also use those kill tokens within the actual play to earn game as well. So it's not just with BUSD, which is bringing in external revenue. You can also play the game using your passive income that you're generating from your NFTs as well. So those are the two options. Some people will come in, you don't have maybe have $50, $100 to buy an NFT, but you got $10 and you want to try out the game. So you could play just the game, for example, which is, amazing that it's one of those things that you can get into not needing $50, $100, $1,000. You got $10, you can play it out and be like, hey, this is actually something cool. I want to play more of the game side. Or there's people that just want to generate income. Then they can obviously do it on the protocol side, which is obviously buying your NFTs, through the soldiers. And those are essentially the two different ways that you can earn this passive income.
Yeah. And if you're hearing this for the first time, or you're new to play to earn and things like that, and let's just walk through an example. So let's say, when you come in and you're going to purchase kills, you're going to buy your kill tokens, which you're going to use to buy a tent. The tent is, there's 4 kinds of tents, and each tent is spawning a different type of soldier. But let's say we go to tier 2 and we're going to buy a tier 2 tent. That means that tent is going to spawn a soldier, yeah, right? But that's going to produce between 1.2 and 1.8%. And the reason it's 1.2 to 1.8 is because there's a game of chance here, right? With the drop rates. because your Rocketeer tent is either going to spawn a lieutenant, captain, commander, or general. You see these rates down here. For the most part, it's going to be a lieutenant, but you might get lucky and get the general, and then this maxes you out at 1.8. Correct, Jason?
Exactly. Yeah, that's 100% correct. I think the general it should be a little bit different there. I see somebody added a one. It should be 15%, 10%, and 5% for a general.
Yeah, 5%. But if you, the luckiest you could get is if you bought a sniper tent and you got a sniper that was a general, then you'd be maxing out at 2.2%
Per
daily
day.
interest on your kills token, right? So that's that's where the passive income comes for you. Just understand that passive
Yeah.
income is created. So let's just max that out. 2.2% a day you're going to get in kills tokens, which you could sell or you can use to play the game.
Or you could even compound and buy more soldiers with that to obviously generate more kills. So it's really a clever system, and the fact that we've thought about everything when it comes to this to make obviously the external revenue from day one with the game that's already been developed. It doesn't need investors' money. And that's what we obviously keep saying as well on our side, that we want to obviously generate a system that tries to bring in the rest of the world through crypto, through a play to earn style game.
Yeah, exactly. So let's stick with our example that we pulled a sniper who's a general and is generating 2.2% a day. Now that doesn't go forever, right? There's a time to all of this. In a sense, they run out of ammo.
Yeah. So every 50% of your ROI, you're going to need to put in a little bit back to obviously, get some ammo for your soldier. Like in real life, it's not like you've got a tank following you around full of rounds. You're carrying what's on you, and you obviously killing what you can, but you obviously need to ammo up. So reloading is simple. You've got your different rates that you buy ammo at. So that way you obviously can keep generating those kills. And what's nice is, when we thought of the system, there's no buy tax, there's no transfer tax, there's no claim tax, there's none of those taxes. The only thing there is a sell tax, which is 10% and launch to stop obviously swing traders and bots. But then it would drop to 5% as the protocol starts running, so that people can get in at a stable price and earn at a stable price. A lot of the problems with other protocols is they have this token starts at $1, great, pumps up to $10. Within a week, it's sitting at 2 cents. And that's the problem. It's obviously just not sustainable, and people not going to jump in a project that's so, volatile. Whereas with our liquidity management system, our price management system, to keep that token obviously stable at $1, it's obviously securing and giving that security back to the investor.
Yeah, exactly. So again, so many things to talk to you about with this project. Also, if you have questions, make sure you put them in the Trust Launch group. I see some of you have already asked questions, and so we'll get to those in just a moment. Let's go over to the game side, though, because again, like you said, there's two components to this. You don't have to play the game if you're going to own kills tokens, or you don't have to own kills tokens to play the game. So it's cool in that way. So let's just talk through a little bit about the game.
So, very simple. It's a normal first person shooter that people can play. And like I said, you can be, a lot of the best strategy a lot of people are doing is they buy the NFTs, that are going to generate the kill token. And you can use that kill token in the game to obviously generate more kill tokens. So it's like basically compounding by yourself. But you don't have to, and a lot of people, like I said, maybe don't have $100 to start off with an NFT, and they want to tie their luck with the game. So you can be playing it either with the kill token that you buy on PancakeSwap. But if you're not list for the rush of, doing all the fees and everything like that, you can simply come in and play with BUSD. And it's a very simple system. You pay $1, like I said, to obviously play like any $1 arcade game. And in that 10-minute round with 9 other people, so it's a 10-person map, you can obviously make up to a 450% ROI in that one round off that $1. So it's 50 cents per kill. If maybe you didn't get all the kills, but you got 4 of them, you're still making $2.
I'm going to go back and replay the video again of some of the gameplay, and you can walk us through if you want, or you don't have to say a thing.
Yeah.
I think it's just really cool. It's really well done what you guys what you guys have created here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this.
And in that system that we're playing there, there's points and everything. We obviously testing it out on our side, but yeah, essentially 2 kills, 50 cents each. He just won $1.
Yeah, so that just happened there in that game for whoever was playing. That's really well done what you guys have done. And there's so many people playing first person shooters these days. By the way,
Yeah.
where did you get the idea for this? Like, what? How did this all start?
Well, to be honest, like Web 2 is obviously huge, but the thing is, what people don't realize is Web 3 is just a contract away. So you can essentially take a Web 2 game or a Web 2 obviously product and turn it into a Web 3 product just with obviously having the contract. And crypto is obviously on the adoption scale is going to be crazy within the next couple of years. So at the end of the day, adding a bit of crypto into a Web 2 face game, it automatically changes it. So imagine like, basically Counter-Strike, if you will, on the blockchain. And that was the idea behind it, because I mean, not just this, our long-term goal, sorry, skipping a little bit, but our long-term goal is to have a games hub. So having all different types of games, some people don't like first-person shooters. Some guy just wants to play chess on his mobile phone. But now imagine playing it one-on-one against somebody else. Okay, I'm better than you. You're better than me. Okay, fine. Here, I'm putting down $10. You put down $10. Let's play. And that's the thing. That competitive side comes out, and play to earn, I think, is the next best way to bring crypto into obviously the limelight. Because I mean, we all play games on our cell phones. Imagine playing Candy Crush for Bitcoin, or using obviously BUSD to play a first person shooter. So 40% of the world is playing some sort of game on their phone or PC. And that's a huge market to tap into, to obviously bring crypto into the limelight. That's basically what it's about.
Yeah, even as we've talked here, like one of my kids is really good at first person shooter games. So I've told him like, hey, you got to check this out. you can make some
He's
money
gonna
at it.
be generating you passive income there, by playing games. He might make more than you, James.
He could, especially in these bearish crypto market days.
I think our kids are better on PC these days than we are. Let's be honest. Like my 13-year-old, he's way better than me in first person shooter. So you know what? When he gets home from school, best believe I'm putting him to work. Go earn me some dollars.
For sure, for sure. Hey, let's just go back to your white paper again and walk us through. Then you've already talked about this, but let's just give people a visual of again how this drop rate works with the soldiers.
Yeah, so that first page was basically a summary, and then this gives obviously everybody a little bit more detail. So it gives you exactly the tier 1 tent for an infantry gunner, is $100, and there's the drop rates, the percentage of chance you get, for each tier of the NFT, which, like I said, can generate you between 1% and 1.6%, per day. And this just gives you a little bit more of a breakdown, in-depth visual, that a lot of these, white papers, everything is to read, but we believe a little bit of visual, is going to help people understand that it's so easy, getting into this protocol on the NFT side or the play to earn side, and just being able to purchase a tent. You don't know what soldier is going to pop out of this tent, what soldier you've spawned. So after this tent, your soldier pops out, and then you'll know exactly what obviously percentage you're getting per day, what soldier it is, how you're going to maintain it. And that's what the next couple slides are all about, just giving you that in-depth, information, with each soldier and how much they earn. As you can see here, it tells you the daily, obviously, percentage, the lifespan of your soldier before he has to retire, his service hours, and then the ROI, how long it takes to ROI as well, that you can obviously hit that 200%, that 2x as we all call it.
Yeah, let's walk through this. We were using the example. We're using the example before of the sniper, right? Let's say that we got a sniper tent and we got lucky enough to pull a ruby. We pulled a general, 2.2%. That's going to be the daily rewards. The ROI 40 to, so let's say 45. 45 days?
Yeah, 45 and a half days. So
45 and a half days. And just explain to people what you mean by that, the ROI.
so basically, a sniper tent, obviously being the rarest and biggest tier of tent, is a $700 tent. Okay, and basically, it's going to take you 45 days at 2.2% to get your ROI. That's as simple as I can put it. And
Yep.
it's obviously to get that $700 back, and then after that, you're generating pure daily passive income, guys. That's as simple as I can put it.
And then the lifespan, as you said, after 90 days, this soldier will be out of ammo and is not going to produce any rewards unless you refill their ammo.
Yeah. So there's different times you can put in ammo, and eventually, you just keep putting in ammo to make sure your soldier is generating kills, and the DAP will show you how to do that. It'll notify you, beforehand. Okay, you're going to need to put some ammo in, but obviously, as any soldier, it eventually will come to retirement, which then the NFT will be used for a lot more utility, as in getting into tournaments, special events. Part of the future, we're bringing a lot more utility for the actual NFT, not just the passive income side.
Gotcha. And so let's talk a little bit about prices of what your tents are going for.
All right. So the first token, as you can see, very easy. That's why we've done this in a visual aid. On the left, your tier 1 tent is costing you $100, and that's for the infantry. The Rocketeers, $250, $400 for obviously the heavy gunners, and $700 for the snipers. And we've put it out in this visual aid to make sure it's easy for people to understand what it costs, what are the drop rates for the NFTs, as well as the day it takes to obviously ROI, the percentage you're getting per day. We've tried to be as clear and transparent, James, because we believe that's key. And that's why I'm happy to show my face. I'm happy to talk about, people and other projects doing these Ponzi-nomics and why they try and bring in investors to try and build something where we've already built it, we've already developed it. Nobody has to obviously come in and expect something to be done in a year's time. It's already developed. Let's obviously take over the market together, with obviously something already completed.
Yeah, that's definitely the way to go, to be locked and loaded and ready when you launch, for sure. We've all seen projects that promise the moon, and there's no way they're gonna actually complete their roadmap.
Yeah.
So, also, I want you to talk a little bit about, you guys are putting in a liquidity manager,
Yeah.
right?
So
That's new to some people. The idea of a liquidity manager. So, can you just explain that for them?
So a liquidity manager, another name that we've come up with instead of using liquidity manager going forward, I think to best explain what the system does, it's a price management system. So think about obviously, where you purchase a random token at $1, you put money in, it goes up to $1.05. You put more money in, it goes to $1.10. Now, basically, what we'll do is we keep that stable range. So as soon as it goes over that range, it'll obviously sell some of those tokens to get it back to that. And then in that pool that it's now taken, we fund that pool to make sure there's enough that if it goes over the range, we obviously sell our tokens to make sure it brings it down. If it goes under that range, we buy the obviously tokens back to keep it at that price. It's basically an algorithmic stablecoin. It's on the same principles as any BUSD, USDT. That's exactly what it's basically doing.
Yeah, that's so important. And if that's a new concept to you, you can check that out with Spring Game. They have been using that, and it's really worked. I mean, it's kept the price of Spring Game tokens stable.
Yeah, for 2 months, very stable.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit about the pre-sale, fair launch, and launch.
What we've done is we're doing a public pre-sale as a fair launch, where on the 29th, people are going to be able to come in and purchase these kill tokens at a fixed rate of $1. So that way they don't have to play with the range. They know they're getting in at $1, which is obviously a lot easier to predict your ROI and stuff like that, because you could obviously in a month's time be selling at the top of the range at $1.10. So that's why we've obviously done it that way. And the public launch where everybody's going to buy in at, will be 2 days later, 2 3 days later on the second or the first, the first second, somewhere around there, depending on once we've sorted everything out, made sure there's no bugs, and then the public launch will be on the second at $1.10. So making sure that it's fair, obviously, for the public pre-sale, for everybody to get in and get their soldiers early before the masses get in. And we're going to keep it at a very low, obviously, cap of only $200,000. We could be pushing for millions, with this type of project, something that's already, being developed. Somebody wouldn't even be able to take $100,000 and develop the game we have. So it's really something we've put in time and effort for the last, year, developing and doing it slowly and make sure we've obviously done it right. But yeah, that's why we've obviously done it in a way that it's a fair launch with a public pre-sale, and then the public launch a couple days later, where the rest of the people can get in at $1.10, and it's just going to make it fair for everybody coming into the system.
Mm-hmm. Let me go to a couple of questions that are in the group right now. First question is: is this game going to be on mobile, PC, or both?
So for the beginning, we're launching it on the PC, so that we can get good gameplay. Obviously, we got a lot of YouTubers going to be streaming this game, and we're targeting the gamers that are currently playing. Eventually, we will then develop a mobile app, which is not just for this game, which is all the other games we're developing as well. But for now, it's mainly on a PC, to answer the question.
Gotcha. Another question: will there be ranks in the game so that a newbie wouldn't be playing against a seasoned pro?
Correct. So obviously we're using it on a simple system for now, which is obviously after one game, you already start getting placed in a different tier. It's not like 10 games. You got to play 10 rounds with $10 before you get placed in the tier. From the first game, your kill to death ratio will already be obviously placed with the same, obviously, kill to death ratio people. So we keep the rank fair. That way we know, obviously, it's not like a pro is going up against a newbie, which is just unfair,
Gotcha. So even a newbie can go and play and kill some people,
have a
and
fair
make some
chance.
tokens.
Yeah, newbies can go against newbies and have a good time. It's like you spend any $1 in any arcade to play a cool game, and if you like the game, you're going to keep playing it. Now you've just got a cool chance of winning your money back and having a great time playing a great game, but at the same time playing to earn. That's what the whole play to earn space is about.
Yeah, if you think about, obviously many of us have been to arcades. Well, if you're older, you've been to arcades where you plug quarters into a game and you play, and that's all you get. You're just playing for entertainment. But then if you've been to those carnivals where you play, and if you win, it spits out the tickets, right? The tickets come out, then you change your tickets for whatever you buy, a bunch of prizes and things. That's a little bit like play to earn. Play to earn is kind of like that. Instead of tickets, you are winning kills tokens, which you can sell, or you can invest in a tent and a soldier.
Yeah. So there's multiple strategies. You can come in, with BUSD and earn BUSD. You can, come in buying a tent and generating kills tokens, which you can play the game with, or you can just, be happy with generating that passive income off the tents, or of playing the game, or a combination of both. So there's many strategies, and I urge people to try the game out. If they do have a PC, they'll love it. They'll get hooked quickly.
Someone else asked, so the kill token will, in theory, be $1 always, or close to $1?
Yes, correct.
Gotcha. I know that when you guys were talking about Spring Game is like this, but this is definitely more advanced than what Spring Game is. Excuse me. But in Spring Game, I purchased trees instead of soldiers. You're purchasing trees. But those quickly added up for me, like the ROI on that, in terms of the tokens generated. And I was surprised because I just forgot about it. Then I went and checked the other day, and I'm like, oh, there's like $400 in there, just like passive income that you can sell. Of course, you want to wait till the ROI period is done in Spring Game. So I want to ask that about WARFI as well. Is the tax different if you wait till the in a sense the epoch is over? How does that work?
No, so that's the nice part. What we've done is we've realized, and we keep developing in this space, and we need to learn and adapt and evolve. So that's why I mentioned there's no claim tax, there's no transfer tax. There's no buy tax. It's to make it as fair as possible, because it's basically, more of a play to earn game than anything else. And we need to obviously keep that. Why we keep the token stable, why we obviously want to make sure that we market it out as a play to earn game, that we want to try and bring all the gamers in and eventually have mobile apps, because 40% of the world has mobile games on their phone, and they actively play it. So it's just to try and, a great vision to bring as many people into crypto safely, and eventually we'll have a fiat on ramp on the actual game where people can come in to crypto using their card. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a safe ecosystem for a lot more other games as well to eventually come on board. This is just the first of many.
Let's talk about who's behind this. Obviously, we're talking with you today, and who else is part of this team?
So we got a great development team. The guys at Egoverse, brilliant guys. Been obviously developing this for quite some time. As I said, for almost a year now. Egoverse is an amazing team of guys that we've partnered with to make sure that we've got the best quality of game, that is obviously can be, presented to the market, and the best source of obviously coding, behind the scenes, getting everything right. And, one day we'll bring them on, and, you can chat with some of the developers and, get a feel of, actually how they've built the game and what they've done to give you that safety and security. But yeah, the Egoverse guys, if you haven't heard of them, check them out. Really cool team. They got a lot of, NFTs and things going on their Discord, and we play the game in there, and you can win NFTs. It's not about a token there. It's more about, having fun and using the game as a way to obviously win some cool NFTs and hyping the obviously the thing. So yeah, check out Egoverse as well.
Yeah, there's definitely, obviously, there's definitely a lot of there's a lot of muscle behind this, a lot of intellectual power for sure, and obviously there's some investment dollars that have gone into this, because what you've created is pretty cool. Very
Yeah,
cool.
appreciate it.
So when can people play?
This will be ready on launch day. We're
On
actually
launch
playing it
day.
right now, and we're gonna let a couple people in the Discord. So guys, if you want to be a tester, jump in on our Discord. We're gonna be, especially if you're a gamer, the gamers come first, because obviously they're obviously playing these things already. So basically on our side, jump in our Discord. We're gonna let obviously the public test it out before launch day, but it's gonna be ready to be playable with BUSD from the 2nd of next month, 2nd of October.
That's really cool. Well, let's really quickly, let's just walk through a little bit about your roadmap here.
Yeah, so obviously this has been in development for the last year when it comes to the actual game side, and the concept is just been expanding, and we've obviously made sure we've got that and build the team with WARFI. We've been doing this a long time in the back end of doing other projects and building other communities. So it was first to obviously establish, the game and getting the development and going and beginning obviously of that thing, and that in itself is 6 months of work. Then we started building the WARFI team, putting together all the components, not just of the dev team, but from the mods of the Discords, moderators, to the, marketing team, to the obviously, financial side. And now we're registering a company as well that, I have to give my name, surname, bank records. It's a proper company that's going to be registered. And that's why we obviously had to go through so many steps. But now that we're getting here, we obviously also, launching partnerships with different obviously protocols, done all the Twitters, the Discords, started building communities. And yeah, our next step is this weekend we're going to be releasing the website for people to actually check out exactly how easy it is.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see your website as that comes up. And like we said, here's the whitelist is here. Just so many cool things that you guys have coming. Obviously, there's a lot of work that's gone into this, and I know you guys are probably super busy from now until launch day. How can people take part of the fair launch? How do they get in on this?
So I would say the easiest way is get in on our Discord. That's obviously going to be obviously the easiest, because most of our information, the first place you'll see it is on our Discord. Obviously, there's also things like Twitter as well, and we keep everybody updated. It should have just over 2,500 people there already, so it's growing quite nice. But definitely Discord for the best and quickest information. That's where we release everything first. The website is, like I said, coming on Saturday, and we obviously do all the explanatory stuff. So definitely either our Twitter or Discord. And yeah, we release the information as it comes. And as soon as obviously it's open for the public pre-sale for the fair launch, people need to hurry and get in quick because obviously there is a cap.
So, with for anybody who's again watching this live or you're watching the replay, again, there's always a ton of projects that come out. What I love about crypto though is it keeps evolving, right? We've gone through a period of rewards tokens that were just simple, like buy the token and you're going to earn rewards. But like Jason said, the problem is you're always trying to get new investors unless there's some kind of revenue generating utility that goes with it. And so this is like this next evolution as we're seeing play to earn. We're seeing a lot of different things, to earn. But you see a little bit of the power behind all of this, taking something like gaming where people can just come in. They don't have to buy a tent. They can just play and make money, but that draws more people to the protocol. So I think it's really cool what you're doing. Um, any last things that you would like to talk about, Jason?
No, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Obviously we've got some huge goals for the future. As I said, bringing on making a games hub where all the rest of the play to earn protocols will eventually be on this website and game hub. That we can have a one-stop shop for the rest of the world to check out one website. Here's the different games. If you're a guy that wants to play chess, if you're a guy that wants to play checkers, or a racing game, for example, or a first-person shooter, we've got this ambition to obviously take over the DeFi space with play to earn and the rest of the world. And I believe this is the way to do it. It's kicking a lot of the bad actors out. Seeing that, like you said, the next evolution of actual, external revenue generating protocols, especially launching from day one, which is a first, I believe, in the crypto DeFi space, having already developed the game with thousands of dollars, instead of trying to get those thousands of dollars from your investors. So it's definitely a first. It's the first person shooter on the blockchain. It's the first protocol to launch to have that external revenue coming in from day one. It's the first protocol to obviously have something developed before it even started. And the way we've done it is obviously through safety, security, and transparency. And that's why we obviously trust launch as well, because we need to obviously make sure we've got that approval and that security going forward into what we're trying to develop here.
Yeah, I'm super excited for you guys. And again, like you said, there are so many people that launch something with these great ambitions and plans, and they're just hoping on the launch to generate a lot of dollars in revenue. You guys have created this, so when people are coming to invest it, they know what they're investing in, right? It's not
Yeah.
just that you're building a game; it will be ready to go from day one. So that's really cool. Your website's going to come out when? A couple days, you said?
Yeah. Saturday.
Saturday.
So, yeah. So
Excellent. That's tomorrow.
yeah. Okay, time zones. I don't know. End of Saturday. So you guys are a little bit early in the morning right now. I don't know how the time zones work.
It's early, 7:40 for me. Yeah, for sure. Excellent. Well,
But yeah,
listen, sorry, go ahead.
I know. I was just going to say, like, if anybody wants more information, I'm one of those that keep my DMs open. I keep my face on my Discord, so if you guys have got any questions, pop in there, follow the links, check out the YouTube channel as well, that we've got a couple of videos of guys explaining everything like I've done, and a little bit more of the gameplay. Hop in our Discord, all the gameplay is there, and just come ask questions, because the public pre-sale, the fair launch is coming up soon, and I promise you're not going to want to miss it. This is one in a million protocols. There's thousands of protocols out there, but none are like this. And the facts are there, so.
I definitely think you've got something special here. Obviously, do your own research, everyone. This isn't financial advice, but we try to have projects on Trust Launch that we feel like have potential and have trustworthy dev teams. And so let me just close by this. I mean, obviously, crypto is a scammy place. Almost all of us have been scammed at one point, or we've invested in something that was a rug pull, or who knows what. And can be very challenging. What I appreciate about you is I've got to see you on other projects. I've got to see how much of a connector that you are. You're always connecting people. You're more than willing to give before you ask for something. And it's just been great to see how you have conducted yourself in past projects that are successful and still going. And so, yeah, I just want to say, hey, best of luck to you guys, and I will certainly be there on Fair Launch Day because I think this is a really cool concept, a cool project, and we definitely will have you back on, especially maybe in the first week after you've launched, and just start talking about how it's going.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. We'll definitely be back and let everybody know how it's going. And yeah, I thank you for your kind words. I try to be very transparent, and that's what I've done and connect people. And I believe in giving first before getting anything, and that's what the project's about as well. We don't even need a launch. We don't need a pre-sale. We've got something that's working. We can just launch the game, and people can play it. But yeah, we've got big ambitions, and we're going to show our investors what we're going to do. So thank
Yeah,
you for
that's
having me as
fantastic.
always, and appreciate your kind words. And yeah, guys, pop into our Discord and check us out what we're doing.
We'll definitely post the links for WARFI. Well, I think it's already in the announcement, maybe not the YouTube, but go to the Discord. You can find all of the information there. And I'm going to close out with one last look at the video of the gameplay. But for everyone else who has tuned in today, hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for being on or if you're watching the replay, again, keep checking back in with Trust Launch as we continue to grow this channel to bring you quality projects with trustworthy dev teams. All right. Until the next time, here is WARFI.